Well, good evening, everyone. I am your host, D. Leonard Hughes. It's a pleasure to be coming to you wherever you may be on this Friday evening. I think it's November the 3rd. It's such a pleasure to see you, such a pleasure to be with you on tonight, this Friday night. That D. Leonard Hughes Personal Development Institute. We are on the air. We're on six platform. This is not a church platform. It's not a religious platform, but this is a Christ awareness platform. Christ in you, as you, through you platform. We have a wonderful subject on tonight. Show you how to live stress free and stress management by living in the present. So why don't you call a couple of people, let them know we're on. We've got some information that can help them make it through your daily life. Tools that make your daily stress level. You can manage your stress level. Stress is everywhere, but you can't control what comes, but you can control your response to that. Okay. This is something that you practice every day, all day. I'm listening to my thoughts because I'm not my thoughts. That's how you're able to step back and listen to your thoughts, listen to your emotions, because that's not you. You're not your thoughts. So when things happen, you have to watch your response. Certain things aren't even worth even giving energy to. Life is wonderful. The days are good. Things are looking up for you. So don't even let stuff bother you. Okay. Let's unpack this. Living in the now. I want to talk about living in the now. Relax and live in the now. Okay? Living in the present moment means no longer worrying about what happened in the past and not fearing what will happen in the future. The main point that I want to make tonight is practice on being present. Now, this is the only time that you have. Your future is unfolding from your now. Okay, you gotta listen very carefully. I'm gonna show you how to get rid of and get from under this stress. These are the things that I practice, do pretty good. Sometimes you slip, but when you find yourself slipping, thinking or saying or worrying, you come out of that. Then if somebody's trying not to let you go in the rabbit hole, don't fight them. Hey, I'm always excited if somebody snatched me out the rabbit hole, because sometimes you're there, you don't even know you're there. So you need somebody to snatch you and say, hey, you can't go there. You can't say that. You can't feel that. You gotta come out of that. All right. That's why you have to surround yourself with people and mentors that are positive. And that I surround myself with people that don't let me slip. If I say something, if my narrative is wrong, I want to be corrected, because I don't want that going out. Because if it goes out, it brings more stuff to you. Being present, getting a little ahead of myself, but being present means, and stress management is, enjoying the moment. Please hear me. If you work this, you will see you can manage your stress. You're stressed out. And I'm glad for all of those on all the platforms, on 5 platforms. My mother, Lois McRae, she's on. Dr. Sun, he's there. He's with me every week. I don't want to do it all the time, because somebody said, well, you didn't mention me. Once again, I can't see all 6 platforms. I can't see all 6. I only see what's in front of me on my laptop, and I don't have a chance to look. I can sometimes look at the other monitors, but then I'm looking all around. So I'm so glad for everybody. I need you to hit that like. I need you to hit that subscribe. I'm building this company. I'm building this platform, mental health. I'm serious about it from a Christ perspective. Okay, so I need y'all to help me to like, and also go to YouTube. Those on YouTube, make sure you subscribe. Okay, we've got some good products coming out, some good things that can help you manage different things in different areas of your life for personal development. Okay, if you hear me, this is the key. This is one of the main keys. If you are depressed, you are living in the past. When you're living in depression, because somehow you're thinking back. You got regrets. You're thinking back how, and we all do that, how you could have done things a little differently, how maybe you should have did things a differently. Okay, it's gone. The past, let me say this, time is only an illusion. Time was put in months and years and days in which it changed over a period of time from the Jewish calendar to this time. We don't want so, but in the reality of it, time is only an illusion. The only time that we have is right now. Okay, your past is not even a reality anymore. You say, well, Dr. Hughes, it happened. It happened, but it's not a reality. If it's a reality, go get it. Go get it, and I'll wait. And go on the camera and show it to me. Say, here's my past right here. Okay, you may have something that reminds you of your past, but it's not your past. Your past is gone. Your future. So here's the point. If you're depressed, you are living in the past. If you if you're living in the past, if you are anxious, you are living in the future. When you're supposed to live in the now, but plan your future. Live in the now, but plan your future. Okay? But don't live in your future now. Live as if it's everything you want is happening right now. But if you chase the future, that's what I want to say. If you chase the future, you find yourself living an anxious life and be anxious for nothing. So being present, this is all you have. You can't control your past. You can't control your future. Only thing you can control is what's happening right now. And many times the challenges of things that's happening, you can't control that. Listen, y'all, it's your responses. It's how you respond to what come about today. You determine how you're going to respond. You make a choice, whether I'm going to the rabbit hole or I'm going to stay at the rabbit hole. And we all face with these challenges every single day. Things that come, there's some things that's going to be out of your control. So what? So what? How long you been living? 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 years? You know, things happen. But it's not happening to you. It's happening for you. You've got to give your life a different perspective. You got to watch your narrative. It's your narrative that's controlling your life. It ain't no devil controlling your life. It's what you're saying. The power of life and death is in your tongue. The energy, the vibration that you're giving up is what you're saying. What's going on the inside of you is a result of your narrative. Only one person can change your narrative, and that's you. I'm giving you tools, but once I'm off the air, off the live stream, then you have to go in and you have to every single day work on you. Stop trying to fix people and fix you. You talk to people, you try to figure out how I can fix them. You can't fix people. You got to fix you. It starts with you. Okay. All right. So when you live how do you have peace? And I'm gonna do a show dealing with peace because you've heard about peace, but you don't know how to get peace. All right. I'm gonna give you one main area of peace. You find peace by living in the now. You can't experience peace. You cannot experience peace all in the future because you're trying to figure out the how, what, when, where. And I don't see how, I don't see who is going to come through. So automatically you're anxious, automatically you're going through a depression because you're trying to live in the future and then you're trying to go back there. Time is an illusion. It's not, it's only the only time that you have is now. And what happens tomorrow is the result of what happened today. So your life is unfolding now. You've got to learn to be present. In the Christian Bible, it says he's a very present. So when you're present, he's present. All right. The strength comes in being present. I've learned this. The strength comes is when you're present. Now, we want to live, and it's okay to look back, but it was Steve Jobs that said, look back only to connect the dots. You don't look back with regrets. You don't look back with woulda, coulda, shoulda. I'm showing you how to live in peace. And I know how the mind works. I am a study of the mind. I study the science of the mind and understand that the mind will trick you. I see this all the time. There were things that happened this week that my mind was so gun-ho on, and this is the way it is. And come to find out, it wasn't like that. So when you see those things, you work on that. So next time, you're not so quick to bring judgment, or you're not so quick to say something, or you're not so quick to even judge your thoughts. You don't judge your thoughts. You recognize them and let them go. You don't believe them. What is belief? Belief is thinking a thought over and over and over until it becomes a part of your belief system. Once it becomes a part of your belief system, according to your faith, be it done. Stuff is happening because you haven't cleaned out your belief system. You got belief system about money. You got belief system about successful folks. You got something you believe that and it's holding you back. Can I say it again? It's your belief system. There's nobody holding you back. I don't care what happened to your child. I don't care what anybody said. If you believe that, then it's holding you back. If you don't believe that, you go on. All right, let's go on. First of all, it is important to understand that the present moment is all we have. This is all we have. This minute, this moment, this second is all that you have. Tomorrow is not promised. December is not promised. You can't figure out January. You can't figure, and this is why we go through so much stress and strain, you all, because we're trying to think for 2024. What could happen? You could lose your job. This could happen. Your boo could leave you. You could lose your car, and you go through all of it, and you're missing the moment. He's in the present. He's not in all of that. He's a very present. I think it's Psalm 40, I get it, Psalm 46 that said he's a very present help. He's present. You've got to learn to be present, to relax and control your mind. You control your mind. If you control your mind, you control your stress. When you see yourself as overwhelmed, it's not life overwhelming you. It's your thoughts overwhelming you. You say, oh, I'm just so overwhelmed. Oh. That's your mind. That's coming from within. Because you have to be walking so much peace within that whatever happens on the outside, it doesn't affect you. You're not moved by conditions. You're not moved by what people think. You're not moved by what happens on the job because you're walking in peace and confidence in the God in you, as you, through you, that all things are working together for what? For the good. So how do you walk in peace? Being present. Don't you go anywhere. I'm going to unpack this. When I get through with this, you're going to find yourself in a more relaxed, peaceful state of mind, and you're not all out there and you're not all out here. Relax. We were never taught. I was never taught. Coming up in the religious community, I wasn't taught how to enjoy the now, how to be present, and we call it mindfulness. How to bring your thoughts in, how to meditate. I talked about the word meditation, that word that I meditate, but I didn't even know the depth of it. Okay? You've got to do things to still your mind. In this, sometimes at night, it's something called Fatty. Hey, there's my family, Fatty and Christy. You've got to do whatever it takes to calm your mind and calm your life. I often say, don't put out every fire. Life is going to be a fire here, a fire here, a job, a fire here, a fire there, a fire with this one. You can't put out all the fires. You'll be all over the place, and you miss the moment. The moment. Enjoy this moment. This is all you have. You can't go back. It's an illusion. Time is only illusion. We put it in blocks of time. We did the calendar. But it's eternity to eternity. So enjoy your now and don't let anything or anybody take your peace. When something comes up, you determine, is this worth me giving my energy to? Is it worth me getting out of the alignment of peace? Is it worth getting a momentum going that's going to repeat itself in a negative bias zone? Is it worth it? It ain't worth it, so let it go. And you go back to being mindful. You go back to just being present. When you feel yourself going, that future, when you live in the future, you're supposed to plan for the future, but live in the present. Because when you feel the future, you try to figure out how it's going to happen, what's going to happen in 2026. Oh my God, what's going to happen 10 years ago? What's going to, and you're just all over the place. Be present. Practice being present. Practice the now. Enjoy the now. Enjoy every moment. You're alive. Come on, somebody. You're on top of the world. What is that Frank Sinatra say? I had it my way. I've got the real world around my finger. Enjoy yourself. And as you enjoy yourself, you feel better. And you attract what you feel. Because the law of attraction works about what you feel. Acts, those in the religious community, Acts 27 says, feel after him. Okay, you got to feel successful. You got to feel, don't look at where you are. And I often say, stop believing everything your mind tells you. Don't believe everything your mind or your emotion tell you, or the images your emotion put up in your head, because 90% of the time it's not true. You have to re-examine, or I say fact check. If you're thinking something, if you're feeling something emotionally, and you say, oh, they don't like me, oh, this and that, you walk in the room, everybody here's against me, they don't know you. They got their own issues. Come on, somebody. We stop taking things so personal and realize that people have their own issues, their own thing, their own, you say, I wonder what people think. I often say, don't worry about what people think, because most people are not thinking. Okay, most people are not thinking. Let's get into this. Observe the thoughts that come into your mind without judging them. Observe the thoughts, but don't judge them. Let them go. You recognize them, don't suppress them, because the more you suppress them, it's like a boiling pot. And after a while, it just boils and everything just blowed up, because you did not eat the elephant bite by bite. You're trying to pull the whole elephant out the room. You can't pull it out the room. So you break down your situations. You break down your challenges. I don't like to say problems, because problems seem to get defeated. You break down your challenges and you break them down in pieces. You cut them up in pieces. Say, okay, this piece here is important to deal with right now. These pieces we can do later. You're trying to do everything at one time, and you find yourself, ladies and gentlemen, you find yourself overwhelmed. You're overwhelmed because because of what's going on in your head. You got to get in your head, then get out your head. You see what I'm saying? Get in your head, get out your head. This is good. I'm liking this myself. All right. Every minute you spend worrying about the future or regretting the past is a minute lost. Your time is valuable. Your energy is valuable. Save the energy. You're going to need it for your success. You're going to need your energy to live, and don't waste your energy on small things. There's a book. Did I read the book? I might have read it, but I know the title is "Don't Sweat the Small Stuff." I like the title. I've got a chance to read it. I might have read it. I'm not sure, but maybe I need to read it. It says, "Don't sweat the small stuff. Leave the small things alone. Don't major in the minor and minor in the majors. Live a wonderful life. Enjoy your day. Enjoy this evening. Enjoy tomorrow. I mean, if tomorrow comes, if you don't, so what? You're living now. Live it up. All right, let's keep going. You have to be present. You have to be, all pain is a result. Listen to this. All pain is a result of resistance to things you cannot change. When you can't change things or change people, you enter a state of pain. It becomes painful. But that's not your job to fix everybody. When your kids are grown, you can't even fix them. That's not your responsibility to fix them. You're there, but you birth them, but they've got their own path they have to walk. And many times we want things for them, and we want them to be this. I want you to be a doctor. I was a doctor. I want you to be a lawyer. But that may not be their path. And it could be down the road, but you have to allow them to walk their own path, okay? Got a few more minutes. Let's get into this. And you stay right there. Don't go anywhere. I'm going to help you. All right. There's a constant stream of thoughts in our head, which plays 24/7 in our head. Most of the time, these thoughts are dealing with our past or our present. About 15, 20% of the time, we'll come in it now, but usually we're back there, or we're trying to figure out our future, how to figure it out. No, you plan your future, but again, the how, what, when, where, that's not it. I'm showing you how to live in the present, live in the now, and you handle your stress. How do you handle your stress? By living in the now. Those things that you can control, you deal with it. If you can't control it, you stay in the now and you stay in a place of peace. Even people around you that you can't control, don't allow what they're doing to disturb your peace, because you're all up in the air and they going on about their business. They going on. They done got off the phone and you trying to figure out this. No, everybody have to walk their own path. You have a path. You have your own journey. When you were put here for a path. And the more you go within, the more you develop the Christ mind within you. Okay? Don't try to be like him. You can't be like him because he didn't bring us here to be like him. He put us here you have your own DNA. He put us here to develop the Christ mind. We don't know how he was. You be you. Okay? Be the God you that he put you here to be. And for God's sake, don't be a copy. Be an original. Most folks are afraid to step out and be an original. That's what I am. I'm not a copy of anybody. I'm an original. I was born an original, and I'm going to die original. The same thing with you. You were born, be original. This is why you're trying to figure out, because you're not going to fit in, because that's not your group. That's not your community. I realize what I do, what I teach is for a whole different community. That's why I do my disclaimer on the beginning. It's not a church platform. It's not even a religious platform. It's a Christ personal development platform. So I understand what I'm doing. I'm reaching to target my brand to a certain audience. And this is how you have to do entrepreneurship or business. You're only trying, and I told somebody that I think they had saw it somewhere, and they were overwhelmed because of their business. And people was trying to lowball their business, and they were saying, well, I'm just so frustrated. And I text them, I said, you're frustrated with the group of people, and many of y'all got great ideas, business ideas. Hear me. But you're trying to introduce those ideas to people that don't understand what you're trying to do. They're trying to lowball your product or your services, and you're getting frustrated because they're not getting it because you're in the wrong community. And they're not going to get it. So what you have to do is take your product, take your service to a different community. Start reaching to target your brand in a particular community that's ready for what you have, that can see what you have, and that can push you. When you're talking faith, when you're talking, I'm manifesting this, I'm wealthy. People that's on a certain level, they understand that. When you're dealing with people on a different level, a different consciousness, what are you talking about? Ain't nobody in your family being rich. You better go get a. See, people don't understand success. They figure working hard brings success. Working hard in here is what brings success. Working hard out there, you can work like a dog. But if you don't change your mindset, you don't start living in the now. We were not taught how to live in the present. We were fresh. I did a wake up of the morning. Many of you, hey, Sister Grace, many of you are afraid to stay. You can't even sit in a room an hour by yourself quietly. I'm not talking about cell phone. I'm not talking about TV. I'm not talking about computer. I'm talking about just sitting for an hour and going within yourself and seeing you, and stop playing the blame game. Nobody owes you anything. Your success, look at me. Your success depends on you. You got to get up, get your butts out the way. Okay, I could, but get your butts out the way and get up and do you. You're dreaming big. Start small, but dream big. Start where you are. And the hardest thing is getting started. That's the point. You know what? You just can't get started because you're trying to check with this, and just get out there and do it. Once you get to a point that failure is not an option, just do it. Just do it. And living in it, I'm trying to show you how to manage stress. You manage stress by being mindful of your thoughts, of your emotions, the narrative that's going on, and overall, you can manage stress by living in the now, this moment, enjoying the moment. Whether you're watching television, sometimes when I find myself going, I get in a meditative state. I get one sound, whether it's the air conditioning, and I just concentrate on that. It takes my mind away from the chatter, away from the monkey brain, away from the airport brain. The airport, so much stuff going on, and that's what happens. If you can get in here and then get out of here, you'll find that life is much better for you. But many of you are afraid to even sit by yourself. You got to get your cell phone. You got to call somebody. You got to do this. You got to do that. But I'm telling you, you can manage your stress by living in the now, not the past. And once again, those that's coming on, the past is an illusion. It's an illusion. You can't go get it. The future that you're thinking is an illusion because it's not going to turn out the way you think. Come in. Life's not supposed to turn out the way we plan. We plan it with a mindset knowing that we don't know the who, we don't know the where, we don't know the how, we don't know the when. But we're developing ourselves and we're ready for it when it appears, when it manifests, we're ready for it. That's what you have to do. Stop trying to control every little thing in your life. You can't do that. This is why you're stressed. You're trying to control every little thing in your life. You're trying to control everything that's around you, and you cannot do that. You cannot control everything and everybody that's around you. You only can control one person, and that's you in this moment. The only control you have is this moment. Whether I decide to go here or go there, go to the kitchen, I can. But tomorrow, just come on. I planned for tomorrow, but I'm living in the now because tomorrow is unfolding in this moment. This moment is an unfoldment of when you get to tomorrow. Tomorrow, Saturday, is an unfoldment of Sunday. So the main thing is being happy with the now, not putting out small fires. Is it really worth going all there? Is it really worth going in a rabbit hole and getting, is it worth that? No, it's not. But we do that because we feel imposed upon. We feel disrespected. On your job, you feel that. But is it really worth the fight? Not even worth the fight. Then you find, because once you think a thought 17 seconds, whether it's stressful thoughts, anger, or whatever, it starts bringing other thoughts. That's how the law of attraction works. Just sit and think about anger, a thought of anger. Before you know it, it's going to be a whole bunch of stuff. Before you know it, you're going out the door. You're mad at somebody. It takes two people to get things excited. Excited people are mad for. Get somebody mad, they'll drive all the way to New York. They're driving. I don't know about getting that bad. All right, let's go on. Okay, you are not your mind. You are not your thoughts. That's why you can step back again and look at your thoughts. If you were your thoughts, how could you look at them? So that lets you know you have to separate yourself from those negative thoughts, from that stress. Separate yourself. And when you feel stress, go within. When you feel yourself stressful, calm down, be quiet, go within. Don't try to look for outside excuses to blame somebody or blame something or blame the car. No, go within. Things happen. Cars break down. Refrigerators break down. Things happen. That's all a part of life. But it's how you respond. I know you say, well, D.L. Hughes, it sounds easy. I know it does, but it works as I practice this every day. All day. I'm listening, and I'm careful of the narrative that I'm speaking. I try not to speak what I don't want. I'm speaking what I want. And you keep talking about the same narrative of what happened to you in your life. How's that going to help? You can't move from that because you keep talking about that. You keep talking. Oh, this happened. My husband left me and he wasn't no good. And he was just really. So you haven't really got healed yet. You got to get healed. You got to get healed with you. Yeah, when you're dealing with people, sometimes people, they don't mean any harm. They're dealing with stuff. This is why you have to get healed on the inside. You have to get it. I talked about relationship. When two people come together, you're not meeting that person, the fleshly, the natural person. You're meeting the experiences. You're meeting their childhood. You're meeting their family. You're meeting all of that. All of those vibrations are going out. So you decide what you want to deal with. Okay, let's get into this some more. All right. Time, I said before, time is a concept created by the human mind to help us function in the practical world. Time is only illusion. Okay? The time at this moment is simply now. Everything is happening now. Everything's happening. You're listening to me when? Now. Okay? What you did 10 minutes ago, that's gone. It only exists in the imaginary part of your mind. It's gone. Whatever you went through 20 years ago is only an illusion. You know why? Because that time, that moment, that whole situation with how everybody was sitting and this and that, you can never regain that. So why deal with it? Once again, Steve Jobs said, only time you look back, if you're looking back to connect the dots, and you'll see how life has really been good to you. Well, you have challenges, but stay in the now. Okay? Stay in the now. This is good. I'm trying to tell you how to get stress management. The past and the future have no actuality beyond memory and prediction. Only thing of the past you have is a memory. That's why I say it's an illusion. Everything in the future is what you're predicting. And it doesn't go as planned. And there's no manual saying that it's gonna. And this is why people get all turned around in their prayer life and this, because you've got it all. The movie played in your head, how it's supposed to turn out. You got the characters already. You got some people you want to show them. I'm gonna show y'all. Yeah, that's why I want my so I can show y'all that I made it. Yeah, okay, just make it. Don't worry about showing nobody. Just show yourself. Okay, and I know we all have that thing. We want to prove to people, and that's good. That's good. But you have to be careful with that because you'll find yourself overworking yourself trying to prove or get other folks' approval. Okay. And I know it's a human, we're social beings. You want folks' approval, but you don't get that these days. The only approval you're going to get, most of the time, you don't get that. The only approval you're going to get, you got to prove yourself and becoming a better person, and developing yourself. All right. When you listen to the inner voice, I often talk about the inner critic. This is what stress comes from because that inner critic starts talking. Recognize him. That's not you. And he's a monster, but you can't fight him. That inner critic, those thoughts. And many times what you have are patterns because you've been thinking a certain way so long, it becomes a pattern and it pops up even when you don't want it to pop up. These are the areas you got to quiet down, you got to calm down, and you got to develop you. And what's bothering you, every time something comes that irritates you or bothers you, stop. Take a look at it. Watch your response. Don't jump out. Don't do this. Don't go off. Don't, because that's not helping them. That's putting you. They're calm. They're sitting in a movie somewhere with popcorn and big cup enjoying themselves. You all your whole evening is messed up. What have it accomplished? What have it accomplished? Tell me, somebody. Give me some. Sister Grace, would you say, Sister Grace? Sister Grace, say, I need that. Thank you, Sister Grace. Yes. Yeah. Calm down. Live in your head in peace. How do you live in peace? Live in the moment. Live now. What if? Don't live on what if tomorrow. What if this? What if that? What if this is? That's fear. What ifs are fear-based. What if this happens? What if the tornado? What if a hurricane comes? What if a what if? What if so what? What ifs are fears. They're fear-based. And you find yourself making decisions based on fear. Many of you are living your life based on fear. You're scared to step out. And you want to keep everybody else in fear. I don't let people do that. I don't live in fear. I enjoy my life. And don't let people paralyze you with their fears. That's their fears, not my fears. Okay? You do the thing. If you like skiing, go skiing. Many of y'all won't get out and do anything. And this is why your mind and you're depressed and you're stressed. You have to put your mind on something else. You have to do something else. Go skiing, go hiking, I don't know, go bowling, go golfing. Do something. Do something. The only thing you're doing is babysitting stress and worry. You're worrying. You worry about what happened in the past, worry about what happened in the future. You worry about the kid. You can't worry about them. You can think about it, but you got to put them in. Say, you know what? I'm putting them in the hands of God, and I'm going to live my life. I'm going to live my life. I often say, I'm 61, and I often say, my ladder shall be greater. My ladder. The future, whatever's happening is happening for you, not to you. Learn to relax. Don't go anywhere. I got a few more minutes. Y'all attention span go too quick. Get this information. This is good information. I know it is. You know why? Because it helped me. This is what I do this every day, all day. I'm listening to my thoughts. I'm developing me. I'm seeing areas that I need to develop. When my mind gets on something and it's not even true, or it's fear, or freeze, a flight, a fight, that's what happens to the brain. I check myself. And sometimes I'm there before I know it. And I have to bring myself out. I'm in a rabbit hole before I know it. And you have to bring yourself out of it. Don't stay in a rabbit hole. And that's why they have people around you that talk you out of it. We have people that talk the same. We surround ourselves with people that talk the same narrative that we talk. Yeah, it's hard. Oh, yeah. And we share these negative stories. What is it? Somebody, y'all probably on the phone today sharing these negative stories. Great people talk about ideas. I don't spend time talking about people, what they're doing, how they're doing. People are going to be people. I realize that. They're going to be people. Your kids going to be your kids. They got their own life, their own minds, their own path. Okay. But it says God is our refuge and strength and a present help. He is present. That's what the strength is, when you're present, not in the future. I think I'm going to do a book on being present. He's a present help in the time of trouble, being present. Realizing that life only happens in the present. Past and the future only concept. You cannot live in the past or in the future. You can only live in what? The now. Now faith. Have an understanding of the past. Okay, I'm covering some of the stuff already. I want to make sure I give y'all everything. I went ahead of myself, worrying about things that have yet to come, worrying about the future, beating ourselves up for mistakes that we've made, no matter how much time has passed. You're living in the past. You're living with regrets. Look at me. Look at the camera. You got to get healed from that. Because it's eating you. You know it's eating you. You can't even enjoy it now. You can't even, right now, you can't even go in your room for an hour quietly. No phone. I'm not talking about going depression. Oh, it's been a rough life. Oh, it's been a rough week. Oh, it's been a rough year. Oh, this, oh, that. Oh, I feel this. But you're alive. In this body, you're going to have challenges. But I always look at this, that someone is worse off. Every time I pass a hospital, I said, I thank you that I'm healthy, I'm whole. Because somebody in that hospital is not coming out alive. Okay. Some coming out with major challenges. Some are coming out and having to go to rehab. So why are you complaining about stuff? Why are you complaining about stuff? Someone else is worse off than you. Enjoy the now. This is the point that I'm trying to bring to you all. Because if you go out in the future, you get anxious. You're trying to figure out this. You're trying to figure out that. The future for this. The future of my kid. You get anxious. You get anxious. And when you get anxious, when I feel myself getting anxious, I can feel the sensation in my body, in my chest. You feel it. So don't do it. So you feel the stress. Stress is something you feel. You don't just think it. You feel it, but you feel it because you're thinking it. So what you do is redirect your mind to something that's not stressful. Many times when I'm meditating, I get one thing and just close my eyes. I quote scriptures. I'm the image of God. I speak peace. I speak to Daryl, and I get one thing, whether it's an air condition, whatever it may be, I listen to it. I've got an echo system, and it's like the waves, and I cut that on, and I listen to that. And I find myself, then I do my breathing. When you feel yourself stressed, there are techniques you can use to dissipate the stress. The breathing, 4 in, 7 out. Do it. And not only does it help your mind, but it changes the rhythm of your body, because when your mind is all upset, the whole rhythm of your body gets out of whack. Okay? Meditation is a powerful tool to practice. Keep doing it. How many of you practice? How many of you spend time in the quietness? Maybe you can't do an hour. Maybe that's a little bit too much for you right now. Let's say 10 minutes. You can spend 10 minutes in quietness. If you can't do that, you're not mastering yourself. Yourself is mastered. If you can't do that, you're not mastering your mind. You're a slave to your own mind. If you can't sit 10 minutes quietly, and I'm not talking about going to a negative rabbit hole. Okay. I got a few more minutes. I'm talking about going within and just, the key to being in the now is just being grateful. Grateful for what you have. I know what you're going to accomplish, but you can't accomplish that until you make peace with where you are now as you move into that and be grateful. That's a strong, strong virtue. It's just being grateful. Even today, it's not a religious thing to be grateful. Just say, I'm grateful. I'm thankful. Somebody do something for you and they want to hear you say thankful. I'm grateful for life. I'm grateful for a good mind. I'm grateful for my house. I'm grateful for our family and everything. I'm grateful. And I have to remind myself. And when you remind yourself of being grateful, you find a lot of things don't bother you. And you start saying what you're grateful for, you can feel good energies or good vibes coming out of you. Just saying what? I'm grateful. I'm thankful. Some days just say, I'm thank you. Just thank you. Thank you, God. I just thank you. I ain't come to complain. I just thank you. But you got all of these situations and all this crazy momentum going. All right. Always talk to yourself in the present tense. Okay? That gives a command to your subconscious to turn its attention to the present. Stop wondering about other places. Right. Don't think that life happened. There's no such thing as someday. Who told you that? I'm going to do it someday. Where is someday? When is someday? Somebody tell me. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for somebody to tell me when is someday. You know what? I used to say, you know why you say that? Because you heard other folks say it and you never examine it. Examine the stuff that people say before you say it. Well, you know, my grandmother said, but was it true? They meant well, but let's be honest. They don't have what we have. They don't have the information. There's certain things that they had that's solid now. Foundation we're still living on. But a lot of belief system was not empowering. And you're still saying that. Okay? So there's no such thing as someday. All you have is right now. Now faith. This is the day. This is the day. They didn't say the past. They didn't say the future. They said this is the day that he made. Enjoy today. Pick out the things that well, I don't know what happened. I had a rough day today. I woke up and I didn't feel well. That's just one incident, and it wasn't your whole day unless you can make a challenge, a negative thing, your day. Or you can accept it as, you know, something happened. Hey, Jalen, something happened. I'm keep going on. Okay? It's what you make of your day. I don't care what happens in your day. It's what, in the end of the day, throughout the day, it's what you make of your day. This is the day that he made. Rejoice. Be glad. Nothing comes in your day that have not already been through the laboratory of God. He's going to put in what you can handle, what you can't handle. Is not, if it comes your way, you can handle it. You can handle it. Okay? All right. So we're talking about, I'm just about doing all my notes, y'all. It's good. It's good. It's good. All right. So I'm talking about stress management, living in the now. Got a few more minutes, so let me kind of recap. Live in the now. Relax. The past and present, the past and the future is only a concept of an illusion. It's not real. The only reality we have, well, it happened. It was, back then it was, but it's not real now. And whatever happened, how did it leave you? Did it leave you better? Did it leave you bitter? Let me tell you something. God is not going to fix everything for you. Look in this camera. He's going to fix it all. It's not true. That's what they tell you. But he didn't come to fix it all. He does what you can't do. But there's stuff that when it comes to you develop you by the right tools and podcasts, Dean and the Hughes Development Institute. And so, develop you. As I develop me, I'm drawing the things I want. I'm not trying to make it happen. Let it happen. And you know how it's going to happen? Because the confidence you have on the inside that you're working the principles, the mental principles, the spiritual principles, the cosmic laws, the universe. There's laws set on the earth just like the law of gravity. You ever get upset because you dropped something, you didn't intend to drop it? That's a law, the law of gravity. It works. And the same thing with kingdom laws or the law of attraction. It's working. Every seed reproduces after its own kind. Like attracts like. You're attracting who you are. So once you become what you are and act like you are that, then everything around you begins to come in an orchestration of bringing the good that you desire. But you got to know what you want. You talk about what you don't want, but you talk on the phone and you talk to the wrong people. Listen to me. The reason you find yourself stressed and overwhelmed in your conversation because you're trying to talk to people that's not where you are. You're different. You're unique. You're special. You're a pioneer. A friend of mine told me the other day, I was on the phone with him. He said, Hughes, remember something, you're a pioneer. When you're pioneering, everybody don't get on board. You're off to yourself. And I'm fine with that. I'm fine with being alone. I'm not lonely, but being alone in what I'm doing, as being a lone wolf. Because when you go with the crowd, you don't get anywhere. You don't get anywhere. All right? A few more minutes. All right. Figure out what it is. How do I feel about my life? How do you feel about your life at this moment? Right now. Right now. Are you happy? You say, I'm not happy. You know why you're not happy? Because you think somebody's going to make you happy. You think getting a mate is going to make you happy. They can only add to your happiness. That's all they can do. Again, they can only add to your what? To your happiness. When you resist an inner pain, it's because things are trying to change and you're going against the change. That's how you find yourself in a fight. Because life is moving you, trying to progress you, trying to give you some sense, trying to give you some wisdom. And you keep retracting back to the past or what you're familiar with. You cannot get anywhere in life staying in a comfort zone, staying among familiar things and familiar people. And for me, you surround yourself with the same old religious folks over and over. You can't get anywhere with that community, with that crowd. I'm telling you, you can if you want to, but they're not doing anything because they're not taught to do anything. You got to get among people, especially get among people that's movers and shakers. They're talking about doing something in technology and IT and AI. This is where we're headed. Even if you're looking for a career, make sure that career is going to be around 10 years. Don't just do something. Is that really what you want to do? Or is there a business idea? You can work that and still work a job, but you're working a job with a purpose. You're not just working a job just to get a car or get a job just to get a house. Then you get the house, then what? You still won't be happy because we're always expanding. We're always evolving. We're always desiring. And when you get one thing, you desire something else. And it's okay. Nothing wrong with that. And he'll give you the desires of your heart as you develop yourself and as you get yourself ready for the good that you desire. Being present. This is something in my closing. Hear me. Don't swipe yet. Always check yourself. He's a very present help in the time of trouble or stress. Present. And you're trying to figure out why you don't get the strength because you're all in the past, you're all in the future. The strength comes in the present. When I go off the air, spend about 5 or 10 minutes alone. No TV, no phone tonight. Don't go off to sleep either. You have to sit up, and just give gratitude. Enjoy the air. Sometimes I go outside and just stand in the yard and just breathe in. Enjoying nature, because that's my now. That's happening now. Whatever's going on, it's happening when? It's happening right now. Your tomorrow is happening now. Sunday is happening. Everything starts with your now. The decisions you make now. The choices you make now. What are you doing when? Now. How are you approaching life? Now. Your reaction, what? Now. Faith is what? Now. 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 Being present. I want to nail this. Being present. Now, being present doesn't mean your mind's not going to go. It's going to do that. But that's okay. You bring yourself back in. You don't follow your mind follows you. And stop following your thoughts and emotions. Because most thank you, Sister Grace, now, being present. He's a very present. So understand that the teaching of mindfulness, just being present. And it takes work, but it works. Excuse me. It takes work, but it works because when I'm present, all the other stuff begins to dissipate. It's gone. Because I realize whatever happened in my past, ladies and gentlemen, is a concept of an illusion. Your future, because it's not going to go the way that you planned. How your life is now is not how you planned. But you're living it and it's getting better. Because life is happening for you. All things are working together for what? To the good. Now. Sister Grace, you got me back on that again. Now. Enjoy your now. Every moment. When I go off, the rest of your moments, enjoy the moments. You get stressed out because you're trying to figure out tomorrow. You're trying to figure out, some of y'all already in 2024. Some of you guys already worried about 2024, 2025. And they're not even here yet. Wow. Jermaine, he said, God bless you, prophet. Well, okay. Just wanted to let you know I'm preaching in South Africa tomorrow because of the word you spoke. You spoke several years ago. Thank you for hearing God. It came to pass. Thank you, preacher. I appreciate that. Okay. All right. So in my closing, be present. Be present. Throughout your day, enjoy your now. Plan for your future. But the inner work is within you. You work on you. Don't try to fix this. I'm trying to fix my problem. You don't fix problems, you fix you. And when you fix you, sometimes you realize it ain't worth the problem, you ain't giving attention to. You're giving attention to something that don't even have any value or it's disempowering. So don't fix problems, fix you. I like this. Somebody text that in the comment. Don't fix problems. You fix you. Because the problem came, as most of the time, as a result of you. If it didn't, forget it. It came as a result of your beliefs or your concept or your precept or your perception of something have caused you to suffer, and it may not be true. Okay. So don't fix it, fix the problem. It's good. All right, listen, you all. I'm building my company, Dealing and Hughes Personal Development Company, and I need y'all to help me do some things. I'm doing a institute in Pakistan. I'm working on Kenya. I keep getting these calls. Preacher, wonderful man of God in Kenya. Personal development. Personal development. I want to set up institutes, not churches. There's enough of those. I want to set up something that'll hack your mind to become a better person and be and do and have the things that you can do and have. My whole mindset is overseas. Overseas, putting institutes, personal development overseas, ministry overseas, signs and wonders, miracles overseas. Okay, they're more ready for what is happening now in the spirit, and it's so good to see Jermaine in Africa. Just let him work through you. All right, and that happens. You find people, and it's gonna probably upset some folks, but good. How are you a missionary and you're not doing anything? That missionary license, what is that? That's just a piece of paper. And I know you're supposed to be ordained. That's good. But that doesn't make you more than what you are, make you more of a preacher. Piece of paper don't do it. It's the anointing that makes the difference. You're a missionary, but never been out of your city. Never been in the prison. Never going to nursing home. And you're scared to go overseas. So how are you a missionary? You're a missionary by title. By title. Get out there and do something. Get your mind off the pulpit. The ones that's in the pulpit don't need to be in. Most of them don't even need to be there. No, not anointing, just entertainment. I'm not going to get into that, but y'all know I get to talking sometimes, but it's true. Develop you. Live your life the way you want. Don't live your life where no denomination say or your church say. You be free. I'm free. I'm me. I'm an original. Proud to be what? An original. I'm not like anybody else. I don't try to conform. I don't follow the crowds. I make my own highway. After a while, to be interstate for a lot of people, millions of people. But I need you to help me do something. On the bottom is a banner, and it says, for seed, faith, sowing, donations, or contributions, whatever you feel comfortable. I want you to go in tonight, and I want you to donate $20.23. I believe there's some manifestations of miracles for you before January the 1st. Every week, I'm seeing different types of manifestations. I'm manifesting things. Now, here's the key. There are no such things as small blessing, big blessing. Small manifestation, big manifestation. A blessing is a blessing. If I see a penny on the ground, that's increase. That's 1 cent more. Y'all may say, oh, it's a penny, it's money. You don't walk over money, pick it up. Okay? Because you're trying to develop a money vibration, so you don't walk over money, you stop and you get the money. Get it? The penny is a nickel, get it. You train your mind. You train yourself. I need you to go in. You can sell me $20.23. This is I feel a faith force tonight. And I feel action. Faith that works is what? Dead. Seeding to me, giving to me, if you do exactly what I tell you, you're going to see tremendous results. I'm not saying you're going to be a millionaire overnight. I'm not going to tell you that, because you got to learn financial literacy first. But giving moves your faith. It moves you. It moves. Can I say it again? It moves you. You've got to give. It's the only way you're going to get it. You got to give in good ground. You got to contribute. You got to donate a seed faith, whatever you feel comfortable with. So I need some people, thank you, some are already doing it, to help me with $20.23 to help this Personal Development Institute. It's coming off the ground, but my desire, there's 190 major countries, and I want to take Dealing and Hughes Personal Development Institute to every country in the world, hacking minds. That's my brand, mine. Okay. And I'm excited about it. And it's happening. Lives are changing. There it is, a testimony there. Young man I spoke to years ago. Sometimes you don't see it right away, but you develop yourself and you make the contact, you network, you make the connections, and you get out. The doors are already open. Ain't no such thing. God's going to open the door. He said, I opened the door. So how are we prophesying to people that God's getting ready to open the door? He already said, I opened the door, no man can shut. Even with the prophetic, people got to mature in the language of the prophet. What are you saying? How you're portraying God to the person that you're ministering to. I'm going into something else now. I'm 8:30, so I'm doing my institute. I'm just talking now. Okay. What are you telling people? I used to tell people, God's going to do this. He's going to open the door. Doors are open. As you develop, you walk in the doors. Creation is waiting for they're waiting for you to manifest. But you have said it's your narrative. It's your confession. When you talk to people, watch what you say. Okay, it's already done. That's something I talk about, the reality of done. It's done. He's not doing anything. It's done. Everything is on the earth. And I was telling my friend from Africa today, the pastor from Africa, I said, brother, put into the mindset of your people that it's done. If we can come into reality that it's already done, life will be much easier for us. And we'll find ourselves flowing. Just relax and let it happen. Stay in the now, develop you, walk in peace. How do you walk in peace of mind? By being present. That's how you walk in peace. That's how you manage your stress. Being present, your breathing techniques, 4 in, 7 out. Anytime you feel yourself overwhelmed, stop, breathe. You've done that. You just haven't practiced it. You're like, so much going on. You do that to release stress, but you do it at times. I do it at all times when I think about it. I don't have to be stressed. I just do it because you don't know what's going on in your subconscious, okay? Thank you for those that are donating. I appreciate that $20.23. You know this institute is helping you. If it's helping you, what I do, most of my mentors are gone. There's some books I still read that are alive. Most of them are gone. Think and Go Rich, Napoleon Hill, Earl Nightingale, Bob Proctor. These folks I consider my mentors. They're gone. And a lot of their material is on YouTube, but I go in and I buy their books. Some of their books are old, but I buy them because I want to contribute to the information that I'm getting. That way I can keep getting information. When you sow, you're sowing to wisdom. I begin to say, give me wisdom. I have the wisdom of God. And that's how the wake up started. And they come like songs. They just come. I've got over 1,000 now. I've got some I never even put out. Okay? So do stuff. Do you. Let stuff unfold out of you. Stop being bottled down with life is not a struggle. I'm enjoying life. It's not a struggle. It's not, it's hard. It's this. I got pressure. I got pain. My arm hurt. Stop. So life. You don't get pains. You don't have this and that. So what? And then we do things to cause stuff. So you do something, cause stuff, deal with it, get yourself back on track and keep going. It's been wonderful. Living in the now. Not in the past, not in the future. But stress management is living in the now. Don't let nothing disturb your peace. I don't let nothing disturb my peace. I don't let nobody disturb my peace. Because it doesn't mean I don't care. I don't love people. It doesn't mean that. I've got to make sure for my own mental health, there's certain boundaries that I keep. And you have to do the certain thing. For your own mental health, certain things you don't let bother you. Don't sweat it. Okay? It's been good. Matter of fact, I got to say, my own cooking's been good tonight. It's been really good, y'all. I mean, it has been wonderful. Okay? I'm getting ready to go. Thank you for those doing the 2023. If you want to do more, you can do. Now give yourself a hand clap. It's been a wonderful, quiet evening. Living in the now, stress management, okay? Get ready to get out of here. Be ready to hear this here. I got you. Thank you for listening. Right? There, wake up. There, you don't get up. Let me know what I'm saying. Stay missing. Turn I'm grateful for you. Okay? But next time, I'm going to put this up for those that can get your phones. You can do the QR code. Somebody just asked about that. Thank you. Forgot about that for reminding me. That's that. You can put that up, and that's the QR code. Put your phone to that. You can donate that 2023. Do whatever you can. You want to do more? Go, Dr. Hughes. Hey, Doc. Appreciate y'all. Go to me. I appreciate it. I want to be up with this 2023. I know a lot of folks on Facebook doing this, asking this and that, but you give to the content that's helping you. Okay? I understand that. A lot of people do a lot of great things. I admire they're doing it. And you give to them too. But personal development, stay on board with me. Let me help you. Let me coach you. Some of y'all need therapy, private coaching. I can do that. Contact me. I've got a few open slots. And then I'll be full for the next 3 months in session. Okay? So we're doing good. Our company's growing. Thank God for you all. Appreciate it. Hey, y'all. I love y'all. I really do. Until next time, peace out. Right? Thank you for those that are helping us. Thank you for those that are contributing and donating to our institute. Okay? Until next time, get out of here. Gotta go eat, y'all. Peace out. I only eat 1 meal a day usually. I was 310 pounds. Went to the doctor today to get a checkup. I am 210. Work on your weight. Get that weight off you. All that swelling, your legs big, your feet big, all that. Work on that. Get rid of yourself. All right. Bye-bye, y'all.